Liam's Last Dance. Sheila's shocking Steffy plot and fashion show mayhem on Bold and the Beautiful. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, things took a wild turn, and fans are buzzing. First off, Liam is MIA, and barely anyone seems to care. Until he pops up at a makeshift father-slash-daughter dance, complete with a disco ball and a toque. But the real bombshell? Liam has a brain tumor, and fans are questioning if this is the end, or just another miracle cure storyline in the making. Meanwhile, the Forrester fashion house is supposedly prepping for a major runway event next week, but who's designing? With more doctors than designers on screen, fans are left wondering if the show forgot it's about fashion. Then there's Sheila, who's proving once again she's the queen of chaos. Determined to make Luna's dreams come true, Sheila's got her sights set on removing Steffy permanently. Could she kidnap her, fake her death, or go as far as framing Poppy for murder? With Steffy's maternity leave around the corner, anything's possible. Hope and Deacon are catching on to Sheila's lies, but Deacon still thinks he can trust her. Spoiler alert, he can't. And don't miss our hot takes on potential romantic reunions. Will Liam and Hope reunite? Could Bill finally win back Katie? And is a Carter and Quinn reboot on the horizon, with or without a recast? From over-the-top antics to jaw-dropping twists, this week's Bold and the Beautiful has it all, and next week promises even more drama. Subscribe now so you don't miss a minute of the madness. Hey lovely viewers, welcome to our channel Luxurious Night. Goodbye Liam. Also, we have serious concerns regarding the Forrester fashion show next week. The hypocrisy of Brooke, the extremely inappropriate behavior of Sheila and Luna, and the usually monotonous dialogue in this week's episodes of Bold and Beautiful nearly turned the show into a soap opera parody. The final dance of Liam? Why isn't anyone worried about Liam's disappearance? Bill may have been upset with his son the last time they spoke, but does he truly seem like the type of person who would allow a wound to heal? He would have definitely confronted Liam and asked if he had realized his mistakes yet. Liam hadn't called her or Beth recently, Hope said, but he didn't seem very worried. The week seemed to be centered around Liam's attempt to attend the father-daughter dance, which was talked about more than anything about fashion. It is strange because the show is hosting a big fashion show the following week. In any case, I should have anticipated that they wouldn't invest the funds necessary to put on a full-scale dance. In order for a toque-wearing Liam to dancing with his children, Steffy pulled a disco ball out of the kitchen cupboard, even though the space was too small to accommodate a good food processor. The fact that Liam has an incurable brain tumor was disclosed in last week's promo, so I hope it wasn't a huge surprise. Let's take a vote to see who believes Liam will indeed pass away. I have a hunch that Bridget and Finn will perform the same simple miracle that they performed last year when Eric was near death. Does the house have a designer? So it looks like a Forrester fashion show will be the main focus of next week's shows. However, I would like to know who created this collection and when. I ask this because on Thursday, I had a strange notion that came to me out of nowhere. Even though Bold and Beautiful is situated in the fashion world, there are now more doctors than designers on the show. It's a little unclear where Bridget lived, but she was mysteriously prowling the hospital hallways, joining staff members Grace, Lai, and Finn in declaring Liam to be a dead man walking. Only Ridge and Zend are employed as designers at the moment. Eric is essentially retired, and Hope is unemployed. Brooke inspires others, and Steffy makes crucial decisions. In contrast to the jewelry or perfume lines, there hasn't been much discussion of fashion lately. But voila, next week, we're about to go to the runway. I am aware that I am not the only one who longs for the times when styles from another house were in competition with those of Forrester. Would you kindly have a ticked box? Hope launch a rival line. Comedy is hard, but dying is easy. The way Luna and Sheila are being written truly horrifies me. In order to go on with the plot, This show occasionally chooses to ignore a character's pretty bad history. In this instance, however, we are reminded almost every day that Luna is a double murderer. However, I suppose we're meant to find it endearing when Sheila and her granddaughter joke around about this. Even as the two of them discuss their desire to prove themselves worthy of being in Finn's life, Sheila is urging Luna to do whatever it takes to get her guy. Not to mention that absurd argument over food. I reiterated what I said at the start of this column. Let's stop writing such immature antics unless we're now doing a full-fledged spoof of a soap opera, particularly when one of the most recognizable villains of the day was one among the people throwing the tiramisu. Hope's statement that her father didn't come over to hear me trauma dump introduced me to a new expression this week. That will undoubtedly be useful to me in the future. That said, when Hope remarked, "Let's recap," I almost choked on my coffee. No, honey. More recapping is the last thing the audience wants. In what location does Luna reside? And how does she manage to pay for her ever-evolving, stylish wardrobe? As far as we know, Sheila never followed through on her promise to assist her granddaughter in finding housing. Oh, perhaps Luna is living with Sheila's enigmatic wealthy buddy, the one she brought up frequently prior to meeting up with Bill, you know. This show needs a continuity editor, man. When Brooke switches from hurling herself at Ridge to berating Daphne for approaching Carter, shouldn't we be able to see it? Since Hope dumped Carter, he is essentially a free man, unlike Ridge, who is currently with Taylor. Bold and the Beautiful. When Steffy disappears, Sheila frames Poppy. Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, is adamant on giving her granddaughter everything she desires in episodes of Bold and the Beautiful, but Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Masinswood, stands in her way. In order to provide Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, with the best answer to her issues, Sheila Carter might go to considerable measures. We'll discuss Sheila Carter's potential scheme to fire Steffy Forrester, and how she might even implicate perverse Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, for it. May sweeps. Bold and the Beautiful warning. Sheila's fixation on Luna gets worse. All right, the May sweeps is quickly approaching. It begins on Thursday of next week. It's obvious that Bold will be focusing a lot on the Luna content. Deacon Sharp, Scene Kanan, recently discussed the entire Sheila Luna incident with Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Hope was also curious about Deacon's feelings now that he was aware that Luna was Sheila's granddaughter. The fact that Deacon said, "Oh, it's fine," made this absurd. Because he issued an ultimatum to Sheila Carter, he claimed that, "Choose Luna or him," he said. Sheila also picked him. Deacon is therefore completely confident that Sheila Carter will honor her word to him. She won't interact with Luna, he believes. Hope is aware that it's not that simple, though. She has good reason to be wary of Bold and the Beautiful. Furthermore, it appears that she believes Deacon is deluding himself about Sheila. She pushed her father to be intelligent. Deacon's assumption that Sheila Carter complied with that demand strikes me as incredibly foolish. Deacon acts as though there is no chance that Sheila would deceive him. Sheila continued to see Luna. Not for a minute at all. On B&B, Sheila is merely keeping Luna hidden from Deacon. She also assured her granddaughter that she would never abandon her. Sheila also promised to fulfill Luna's every wish. Among them is Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, her crush. Of course, there is also her bond with Finn, Tanner Novlin, her father. Sheila's deceptive behavior on B&B. Dealing with Finn's refusal. Sheila got into her car and hurried to speak with Finn on this week's episode of Bold and the Beautiful. She desired to fulfill her commitment to Luna. Thus, Sheila showed up at her son's hospital office as a surprise. She begged him to be Luna's biological father. Finn said that if he had been in Luna's life, he didn't believe she would have committed murder. However, he said that it's too late. According to Finn, Luna is not his daughter. Simply put, it was really cold. However, I believe we all know deep down that Finn is unhappy. He lost out on being a part of Luna's life. It bothers him that he was never given the opportunity to be her father. I don't think Sheila Carter will accept rejection after Finn's rejection. I have a sneaking suspicion that she will find a different way to fulfill Luna Nozawa's desire on Bold and the Beautiful. Sheila's path obstacle, Steffy Forrester. Finn has refused to accept Sheila. She is also aware that he is not the true culprit. The more significant problem is that Steffy does not want her husband to be close to his mother, Sheila, or daughter, Luna. Grandma and the granddaughter are aware of Steffy's hatred toward them. Sheila might thus target the major barrier separating them and Finn. Steffy is that barrier. Sheila might pursue Steffy soon because the Bold and the Beautiful sweeps begin on Thursday, April 24. Will Steffy's maternity leave drive a dramatic plot in Bold and Beautiful spoilers? There would be space in the plot for a leave of absence if Sheila removed Steffy. Due to maternity leave, Jacqueline Massinswood will not be appearing on Bold and the Beautiful. She is currently 8 months along with her pregnancy. She is really pregnant, but they continue to hide it. For maternity leave, Bold could just put Steffy Forrester on the back burner. However, using the actress's absence as a plot point may be far more interesting. If Sheila tries to take down Steffy Forrester, Luna can be with her father, Finn. Manipulation or kidnapping. Examining Sheila's possible plans to harass Steffy. Sheila may abduct Steffy and pretend that she has died. I don't think Sheila would kill Steffy, though. Sheila appears to have undergone some reform. She also doesn't want Deacon to despise her indefinitely. Furthermore, Sheila might be keeping her alive for a secret. Steffy could be hidden anywhere. Additionally, Sheila might attempt to deceive or coerce her into accepting her and Luna as part of Finn's life. Finn might believe Steffy is dead on Bold and the Beautiful if Sheila does this. It could be staged to appear like a realistic fake death, and this has the potential to transform the game. Naturally, if Finn believed Steffy had passed away, he would be devastated. But in his time of need, his biological mother and daughter might be there to console him. Furthermore, nothing would prevent Finn from becoming Sheila's son and Luna's father if Steffy was assumed dead. Finn would most likely hang out with them if it weren't for Steffy. Bold and the Beautiful demonstrates his kindness and forgiveness. Sheila may therefore kidnap Steffy behind Deacon's back in an attempt to persuade her to reconsider her mind. A twist of death, framing Poppy and Sheila's backup plan. For Steffy, Sheila's second choice might be more riskier. And if Deacon exposes Sheila, it might happen. That will most likely occur on Bold and the Beautiful. Normally, Sheila wouldn't jeopardize her freedom or future by committing homicidal crimes. However, Sheila may decide to ignore it if Deacon finds her with Luna and expels her from his life. She might opt to focus all of her energies on Luna if she loses Deacon. In addition, Sheila is intelligent and capable of hiding her identity when eliminating Steffy. However, Sheila may go one step further and accomplish 2 goals at once. She may simultaneously get rid of Poppy Nozawa and Steffy Forrester. We might witness Sheila Carter stage Steffy's death or actually murder her. Nevertheless, I don't believe Steffy will truly be exterminated. However, we are discussing what-ifs. Sheila may then use Bold and the Beautiful to accuse Poppy of being responsible. Furthermore, Sheila is astute enough to suggest that Poppy invited Steffy, and that Poppy desired a relationship with Finn. She may pretend to be stalking Finn by sending phony SMS. Then, while leaving traces that Poppy was responsible, abduct and slash or murder Steffy. On B and B, Sheila hates Poppy. To be clear, Sheila hates Poppy for reasons other than Finn. Poppy also said, "You can keep Luna," to Sheila. "I don't want my daughter back," she stated. Sheila was also troubled by that. Naturally, Luna's dislike of Poppy stems from her unhappy upbringing. Additionally, she was recently rejected by her mother on Bold and the Beautiful. Luna might therefore be completely in favor of carrying out all of this. Why not let her grandmother try it? Luna has already set up Poppy for a double murder. The Beautiful and the Bold plot twists. Reverberations of the past and prospects for the future. This might be an intriguing reenactment of Steffy's belief that Finn had passed away. He was still alive, but that was after Sheila had shot him. He was hidden by Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda. Thus, the moment of Finn and Steffy's reunion was significant. Recall that when she discovered Finn was still alive, she was astounded. We are aware that Bold and the Beautiful frequently retells previous stories. Steffy might be believed dead this time. However, she has been abducted and is now hidden away. When Finn eventually sees her, he is astounded by her eyes. It might simply be a complete retelling of that B and B's previous plot. Finn would not have any grounds to accuse or suspect Luna or Sheila if it appeared that Poppy was at fault. They could then release Jackie once her maternity leave is over. Steffy might also flee from wherever they are keeping her. We shall see. Both Sheila and Luna are obviously not truly reformed. Spoilers for the Bold and the Beautiful. 3 new chapters of a love story. These intimate reunions must take place. Let's discuss several couples who might reunite for new beginnings because these love reunions are necessary. 1. Hope and Liam. Is Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Messinswood, truly the former flame who is meant for Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, even though they have been getting back together since his collapse at the Spencer estate? Liam's soulmate might be someone else because B&B has given the impression that Steffy's real soulmate is John Finn Finnegan Tanner Novlin. Given the indications that Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, has been giving, it's possible that Liam needs to get back together with Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Even if Liam's medical condition is dire, he might eventually heal miraculously and start over with Hope. Additionally, it would be an excellent method to restart Hope's character and put her back on course. 2. Katie and Bill. Don Diamond's character Bill Spencer has been unmarried for a long time and is in dire need of a second chance at love. Could Katie Logan Heather Tom, who has turned Bill down more times than he can remember, finally give up and tell him about their passionate reunion that he has been longing for? According to the most recent revelations, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, is preparing for a reunion with Nick Marone, Jack Wagner. Thus, she won't be a viable choice for Bill for the foreseeable future. As long as Happily Ever After lasts on a soap opera, the show might as well allow Katie to give in to Bill and welcome another opportunity at a happy ending. 3. Quinn and Carter, even if they are recast. Perhaps the program might resurrect Carter Walton's, Lawrence St. Victor affair with Quinn Fuller, who was last portrayed by Rena Sofer, who now portrays Lois Cerullo on General Hospital. This was perhaps his best combination. B&B could always replace Quinn's role, even if they are unable to wrest Rena Sofer back from GH. Carter continues to look for his ideal partner, but their relationship never seems to last. Should Quinn and Carter be reunited on the show so they may experience a new chapter in their love story? According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, there will be more love life updates on the CBS soap opera, so expect a number of characters to make some new romantic predictions and pursue their desires. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.